Welcome to this edition of Policy Connections. Today we're very fortunate to have freshman legislator Representative Jason Monks from Meridian, and we wanted to talk to you a little bit about your impressions of coming to the legislature, your first time in the session. What's it like to be somebody that's sort of maybe drinking from a fire hose?
You know, everybody uses that expression a lot, and I just thought, well, it won't be that bad, and it's worse. So it's been great, though. I've loved being here. The experience has been wonderful for me. Obviously, when you get here, you think you know what you're going to get, but it's obviously a lot more than that. The whole rules process was something I wasn't expecting. I thought that's a really neat thing that Idaho has that allows us to review the rules and go over that. That was a big learning curve for me there. I'm still trying to grasp that. But so far, I've been really impressed with all the people that I've met. The lobbyists have been great. Nobody's bent my arm pressuring me. They've been a resource for us, which has been wonderful. I like that. And all the legislators here that I've met, they've been good people so far. So it's been great.
Well, that's great. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Issues, obviously there's going to be a number of issues that you're going to be tangling with as a freshman legislator, and a lot of times not knowing the background of some of these issues. Tell us what it's like to be thrown into, for example, the personal property tax issue. You as a business person have had to deal with it from a business perspective. Now you're having to deal with it from a policy perspective. Tell us about trying to deal with the two different perspectives.
Again, coming into the legislature beforehand, your experience is limited. You've got one small piece of the puzzle, and it was a very simple equation for me at that time. It's a bad tax. We need to get rid of it. You become more involved and you realize there's a lot more to it than just, being this one aspect here. What does it fund? What's all the cities, the counties, how they're affected by that? And no longer can we just say, get rid of it. We have to look at the ramifications and all those consequences of that action. So that's been interesting for me. It's been a great learning experience, and I'm admiring the process that we're going through. I expected that to become something that would have been on the table very quickly in this session. And here we are, over a month into it, and it's still not quite fully developed, and that's just because we're still looking at it. Obviously, you guys are working heavily on this, and we're I'm learning a lot about how this process works, and I think it's a great thing that it is taking time, because I think we'll have a better result when we get to it.
Great. Firearms legislation, I know that you're involved in some of that, and obviously that does affect a lot of folks involved in commerce. Obviously, there's a lot of sporting industries in the state of Idaho. Tell us a little bit about what your plans are, if you can, on the legislation, or what you're expecting between now and the end of the session.
That issue has probably been the biggest issue that I've seen comments from my constituents so far to date. They've really expressed concern about what's going to happen to the federal level, and so they're wanting us to do something here at the state level. The fact that we still don't have a pending bill on the floor yet is probably because we had so many at the beginning that everybody wanted to do something, and we kind of had to back off a little bit. Unfortunately, our leadership told us, let's put our arms around this whole thing and find out what we're all working on, so we're not trying to all do the same thing. And so that's slowed the process a little bit, but that's a good thing, I think, because we're going to get a better result when it comes out to that. And I am working on a couple of them. Whether I end up carrying something, I don't know at this point. I'm happy to be involved in the process, and I'll take whatever level of involvement I can get. If that means me carrying something, great. If it just means me supporting something, I'll work on that as well. Great.
Care to tell us which your favorite committee?
State Affairs.
State Affairs.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the variety. We kind of get to be involved in a lot of stuff, whether it's rules on how the Capitol is being used, to elections, to the lottery. And I really enjoy that.
Great. Well, once again, thank you very much for joining us on this edition of Policy Connections. Representative Jason Monks, one of the up-and-comers in the Idaho legislature, and we certainly appreciate his time today.